Tonight, we delve into a story that remains shrouded in mystery, one that twists and turns, where the line between fate and malevolence blurs. This is the haunting tale of Sarah Jenkins, a young woman whose routine walk home from work led to a bewildering and terrifying disappearance. But was it just an ordinary night gone wrong, or was something far darker at play? It was a chilly evening on October 12, 2023, when Sarah Jenkins, a 24-year-old barista from the quiet town of Millford, stepped out of the cozy cafe where she worked, preparing for her usual walk home. The clock read 10:15 p.m. Her shift had ended, and all she wanted was to get home to her small apartment on the edge of town, where she lived alone. Like any other night, she made her way down Maple Street, the route she'd taken hundreds of times. Familiar, safe, or so it seemed. But this night would be different. As she walked past an old abandoned convenience store, someone, would soon change the course of her life. Forever. From the corner of her eye, Sarah saw something strange. A figure just standing there, motionless. At first she thought it was a trick of the light, but as she got closer, the figure began to move. And with that movement, an unsettling sense of unease washed over her. "Are you lost?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. The figure didn't respond. Instead, it slowly began walking alongside her, keeping a steady pace. Sarah, unsure whether to be afraid or to keep walking, decided to quicken her pace. She was no stranger to strange encounters in the city, but there was something different about this. She tried to shake the feeling that something wasn't right. And just when she thought it couldn't get worse, it did. Up ahead, a figure stood near the streetlight. Tall, silent, and somehow expectant. The streetlight flickered, casting strange, shifting shadows around them. Something inside Sarah told her to turn around, to head back. But it was too late. In a heartbeat, the figure stepped in front of her, blocking her escape. Sarah froze, her instincts screaming for her to run. But her body refused to obey. And then, nothing. The figure said nothing. But in that silence, something terrifying happened. She felt disoriented. The world around her began to shift, subtly at first. The street seemed to warp. The distant hum of traffic grew distant. And then, the figure pointed down the alleyway, toward the darkness. Without thinking, Sarah began to walk, compelled by an unknown force. Sarah followed, unable to stop herself. The world around her blurred, distorted. She was no longer on Maple Street. The familiar surroundings melted into something foreign. And as Sarah stepped deeper into the darkness, the world vanished. She was gone, just like that. The following day, Sarah's disappearance was reported to the local authorities. Police scoured the streets, checked surveillance footage, interviewed witnesses. But no one had seen her. Not a single trace. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. The only clue was a small piece of torn fabric found near the alleyway, a scrap from her jacket. But that, too, led nowhere. Local detectives quickly turned to the mysterious figure Sarah had encountered, but no witnesses could provide a clear description. And yet, the unsettling sensation lingered. What if the figure wasn't real? What if Sarah had been misled by something else entirely? A hallucination, a trick of the mind. But what caused it? And where did she go? Psychologically, it's possible Sarah experienced a dissociative episode. The mind can play strange tricks when under stress or in heightened emotional states. But to disappear completely? It suggests something far more complex. Perhaps an external influence. Or something more. The truth remains elusive. No clear answers have emerged. Was Sarah led into an alternate reality? A distortion of the mind? Or was there something else? Something darker, lurking just beneath the surface of our perception? One thing is certain. Sarah Jenkins, once a familiar face in Millford, is still missing. And the mystery of that night continues to haunt this quiet town. Have you seen Sarah Jenkins? If you have any information, contact your local authorities. The truth may be closer than we think. Or perhaps the truth is something we are not ready to face. Until next time, keep your eyes open. You never know when the line between reality and illusion might blur. Stay safe. Thank you for joining us on this mystery. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss another investigation into the unknown. This is True Crime Based Mystery. Until next time.